everybody, how are you all? So today I want to talk SeatMes, and I have been noticing a lot of questions in the Lily Love group lately about the old SeatMe versus the new SeatMe, and so I wanted to just do a video as a resource. So if you have any questions, hopefully this will clear some things up about the differences or the benefits. Let me start by saying, if you know me, you know that this is my all-time favorite Lillebaby product. I think it's fantastic. It really has worked well for us. We have a son, he's 2.5 almost. He's about 36 inches and 32 pounds. And this has been just our workhorse carrier. We use it all the time. We have one that stays in the car. We leave another one inside to use just the hip carrier. This is a just all around versatile, fantastic product, and it really shines, in my opinion, for older kids. Being able to have him really comfortably face looking out at, you know, really active activities like hiking or the zoo or the aquarium. You know, he's eye level, so he can see what we see. It's just such a better experience for him versus being in a stroller where, you know, then they're kind of fence level, they can't see anything. So this really, it's a great carrier for us. It's so comfortable. So yeah, so let's talk about some of the differences. So first of all, what is a SeatMe? I'm gonna start with the new SeatMe. This is the All Seasons Lillebaby SeatMe hip carrier. It has the mesh All Seasons panel that we all know and love, and that's one of the huge differences with this new version. So bear with me, I have two navy ones. I like what I like. And so I'll try my best to make sure that I'm referring to which one I was talking about, but this one I purchased in the summer, maybe July or August, and this, their older version, which is their original SeatMe. I have one that is the embossed fabric, and this one I bought last winter, maybe last January. So we've had lots of time to test both of these, wear both of these, play with both of these, and they're both awesome. You really can't go wrong. But let's talk about some of the differences. And look, I sip no one's Kool-Aid. So all of these are my opinions, solely mine, and I hope that they're helpful for you. So some big differences. So the first noticeable difference you will see in these is the straps. The old version, we'll call it the original version, has two-way adjusters for easy strap adjustment from both sides, out or down, like you're used to with all of your completes. The newer version has one-way strap setting. This bothers me none. It's literally the same adjustment. It's just which direction you like to pull on it. So this was not going from the original having two-way adjustments to the new one having one adjustment. This was not a big deal for me at all. Actually, didn't even notice for a long time. It might be a big deal to some, so that is one change I would definitely note. The citrus and the navy in the original SeatMe have this nice embossed fabric. It's super soft, it's super thin. The lining is a nice, really thin, light cotton. So this is a really just all around cool carrier, which I really liked. So yeah, this fabric is a nice soft brushed cotton, and the stone is the same. The stone is an Amazon exclusive for the All Seasons carrier, and that's the easiest way to know if it's an old one or a new one, is just all the new ones are All Seasons. So easiest differentiator is that. This cotton is so incredibly soft. It's really wonderful. So I was happy with that update. The mesh that they've been using in their latest carriers I don't know, it feels a little different to me. It feels a lot softer than some of the older Airflows or the older All Seasons. I noticed that in the Disney Jubilee carrier as well. The mesh, I don't know, maybe it's psychosomatic, who knows, but it seems softer, which I really, really like. Something else that I love about this new carrier that the old one doesn't have is padding, leg padding. So you can see here, this is all leg padding, and it is thick. They have it on the wide seat extender. They have it on the actual carrier as well. So this is just like leg padding on leg padding on leg padding, which is really nice. The original SeatMe has no padding on the legs, which can be a little bit of a problem for your chunky thigh kids. You can see here, mine is really, really wrinkly because we kind of, I'll put it on and then I just kind of gather it in before my kiddo sits on it. And then I kind of let him sit on it. That prevents some of the digging into his thighs, is just to be able to do that. Again, just kind of gather it, then have them sit on it, and then let it naturally kind of settle outwards, and that'll prevent some of the digging. It doesn't seem to bother him. I think it bothers me more than it does him. But the leg padding on the new All Seasons is a total game changer. In addition, this All Seasons is the standard panel without the wide seat extender is a little bit narrower. So not only do you have that padding, but you also have, it's just narrower by default, so you don't get quite as much digging, which is really nice as well. Something I do love about the old carrier is I do love the seat structure. I love that the seat structure itself is actually padded. So if you take this out, they look the same. It's both a hard plastic seat, but I like that this padding is just kind of really built into the seat. I think that makes it just a tiny bit more comfortable. It doesn't like dig as much, which I do like. I found that as long as I keep my pocket really full on the All Seasons, that it's not a huge issue at all. But I do like the original for just the hip seat carry when I'm in the house, when I'm cooking. So we do still use this a lot, most often just without the panel. Here, if you want to look at the seat structure of the All Seasons, it's just a little bit different. On the inside, it has some zippers, and when you zip this one out, the padding is actually in the carrier and not on another layer of the seat. So you can see this is just the hard plastic seat right there. Again, I don't know, the difference is small, and it wears about the same. The pocket size on both is just phenomenal. We went hiking, I could fit water shoes, diapers, wipes, a change of clothes, snacks, credit card, ID, ponytail holder, lip gloss, sunscreen. I had it all in this pocket. So it's a total workhorse. Of course, with the All Seasons, if you do have this panel rolled down, you do lose the front pocket, unlike the original version where you also have, lilies everywhere. Unlike the original version, because it doesn't have the All Seasons panel, you have your standard really huge pocket and your zipper pocket, which are both really nice. I don't find it to be too big of a loss with the All Seasons, just because the main pocket is so big, you still have plenty of room for all of your stuff. So the wide seat extender, let's talk about this. So the huge, big, exciting update with this carrier was, in fact, the wide seat extender. You can see how it kind of has this panel right here. Here's the regular panel underneath, and here's the extender. So you can see where the panel stops right here, and where the wide seat extender extends to. So this is probably an extra, I don't know, gosh, 6 inches of coverage from original panel to wide seat extender, which means for your older toddlers, this is giving them, I mean, like I said, my son is 36 inches, about 32 pounds, pretty tall, probably average femur length. He almost has knee-to-knee support in the SeatMe, which is huge, huge, huge for us. We did like a 6-hour hike and he was in this the whole time. He was so comfortable. His legs were really, really nicely supported. Whereas with the smaller panel on the older version, it just doesn't quite provide that long-term leg support that we really care for. Also, toddlers are really wild. They like to throw themselves around on the seat and wiggle, and having that wide seat extender there for that extra support also really keeps him in place, which I just is really invaluable if you have a spicy baby like I do. So for me, this is a really thoughtful update that I really appreciated. It also allows you to pop the hard seat out and wear your newborn in fetal position, which is another huge, huge addition for this carrier. The panel snaps, or what connects your panel to your seat, really similar. They're slightly smaller on this new version. I don't think that matters in any way. And the other kind of, I guess, easy feature is that instead of buttons, this simply has just a Velcro and a zipper. I find this to be so easy. I can take the panel off when just much faster. So I think that's also a pretty cool update, and I really liked that. The waistband. So as we know, these carriers were originally made for the Asian market. They are not very all size friendly, which is kind of a bummer. I would personally love for everybody to experience this carrier because it's so wonderful. The original carrier typically fit up to around a size 14, 16, depending on body shape. This new All Seasons SeatMe is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches longer in the waistband, which is great news for some of you who couldn't quite make the other one work. So it does have a little bit more room, which is really nice. The challenge in this is you kind of just have to buy it and see if it's gonna fit you, see if it's gonna work for you. Size is just not a good indicator. It's so dependent on body shape and where you're comfortable wearing. I like to wear my SeatMes really high and tight. Other people like to wear their SeatMes a little bit lower. Because this is a hip seat carrier, your hips are essentially taking all of the weight. So your back and shoulders really aren't doing any of the work, which is another reason I love this carrier so much for older kids who are heavy. It's, if you're walking around the zoo for 2 or 3 hours with 40 pounds on you, it gets to be a lot, but this carrier, it doesn't feel like a lot. It's really comfortable. So I would definitely urge you to give that a try if you think that it may fit you. These carriers work for 7 to 45 pounds. They're machine washable, which I really love. You just need to wash them with a carrier safe detergent, one that's free of optical brighteners. I personally use Tide Pure for mine, and of course hang to air dry. These have both been washed a ton because there are workhorse carriers, and they look great when they come out of the wash. They stay soft, they look fantastic, there's no fading, there's no pilling. So that is something that I've really liked about these as well, is they're really durable. The Velcro structure is a little bit different in them. You can see in this one, you kind of have just a smaller strip of Velcro, or I guess hook and loop is the technical term. And that folds over. You're gonna want just a little bit of overlap, a little bit of catch on this, but your buckle is your main safety feature. So buckling this is what's important. On the original version, you can see that the side is a little bit thicker as Velcro. I don't know, it works the same way if you ask me. I'm sure there's a technical reason for the difference, but it functions the same way, just as comfortable. And again, your buckle is your main safety feature here. So here's the deal. Is the new All Seasons SeatMe amazing? Yes, it's amazing. Your kids grow up so fast, and the wide seat extender really is gonna help you get so much life out of your carrier, which is amazing. It's not a small purchase. And so if you can comfortably be wearing your kiddos up until the high end of the weight range, it's great for you, it's great for snuggles, it's great for them, it's great for everybody, especially if you have a runner like I do. So is the new All Seasons SeatMe fantastic? Yes, absolutely. If you feel like you can't swing a new one, or maybe you don't care for the prints that are available, Amazon has the stone. You can dye it, which is always an option. It does void your warranty, but it's an easy way to make it your own. Or you can find these carriers, these original ones, on Amazon, which is an authorized retailer, of course. You can find them on BST. They're obviously a lot more affordable than buying one of the new versions. So a lot of people ask, is it worth it to get the old ones? I personally love the navy and the citrus. The embossed fabric is really nice. It's really, really cool. And I'm a person who I don't find a huge temperature difference when I'm wearing between any of the carriers, except for the SeatMe. Because the baby or your kid is not right on top of you, because you have a little bit of distance to get some airflow between you, and because this fabric is either really, really, really nice and light and cool, or because you have the All Seasons option, I find the SeatMe carriers to be significantly cooler, and it's the only one I've ever found that I think makes a big difference. But I digress. The navy and the citrus, the embossed fabric is really lovely, and so my advice is this. If you are thinking about getting an older version, get the navy or get the citrus. They can be hard to come by. Keep your eye on BST, but it's gonna be a lower price option. You can get them for under $100 or close to $100, $125. And they're really nice. I love this fabric. It's thin and cool, and they're perfectly lovely carriers. If you can splurge, or if you can watch out for sales or deals, maybe wait till Black Friday, who knows. Lily just had the Birds of a Feather All Seasons SeatMe on sale for 30% off. Maybe they'll do it again. Keep your eye out on Lillebaby's website, lillebaby.com. But this is a fantastic option. If you can afford it, please run, don't walk, and get this carrier. I will leave an affiliate link in the profile. Click, please. Help me buy some diapers. No, because we're potty training. Help feed my Lily addiction. Anyway, this is a fantastic carrier. If you have questions about the differences, I have a ton of pictures, a ton of comparisons. I am happy to provide more feedback, but just thought that might be kind of a quick way to clear up some of the differences. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, put them below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and yeah, let me know what other videos you want to see. Okay, till next time, bye.